Hey, fans of all things Star Wars, Marvel, and more. Come join me as I guide you through my galaxy of comics. I appreciate it. Thank you. I am relaunching my channel. I'm trying to make it better. And today I'm going to go through the most recent comics I've got, ending with a personal grail for me. I don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of money. But what's a personal grail to you? I will tell you how I came about it. But first of all, let's go through the comic books I got this week. My name's Dave. Thanks for joining me. My Galaxy of Comics. First of all, we got Amazing Spider-Man 36. That's funny. I came in, I had these comics I didn't want anymore. I have a personal relationship uh with the comic book shop. I was just a customer, and I always talked to the manager, and we always talked. And it's Phil's Comics. Brian is the manager. Phil's Comics, and in South Florida here. I I just came in, gave these comics. I said, "You won't insult me with just anything." He says, "Oh, give me a couple comics." He says, "I'll give you a couple comics, couple new comics." So I said a couple, and I got this one, Amazing Spider-Man 36. I hear the writing's getting better. This the storyline on this. Again, I'm just getting back into this after a year. I've been into it about a year, and I'm learning the trade again. I've been out for geez, I'm just collecting comic books now with adult money. I didn't have as a kid. I did it in college. You'll get to know my story, but Amazing Spider-Man 36, followed by you know what? I got Amazing Spider-Man 35 too. Those were the two comics that I did. So 35 and 36. Those are the two free comics I got back for giving them some comics that I just didn't want. I was a phase I had in my early 20s. I just didn't want them anymore. I probably gave them about 10 comics. I got these two. So I got a couple Amazing Spider-Mans, and I decided I heard the Superior Spider-Man. I think what's his name? Mike the Spider Slayer. He recommended this one. I decided to get it because there's Spider Boy in it, and I'm starting to like Spider Boy. So here we go. Superior Spider-Man makes a apparently um yeah, a comeback here. So I was not around to read this storyline with Superior Spider-Man, so I'm being introduced to the character for the first time. And I'm a big Star Wars fan too, big Marvel fan. So the next comic book I got was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I like this some I like Mandalorian. Kenobi was it had its good points to it, introduced a lot of some new characters for me. Again, I am a bigger fan of Star Wars now than when I was a kid, which is crazy because I mean I saw the first movie three times in the theater, and I cried because I didn't get to go to a fourth time when my brother went on a birthday party. So I was 4 years old, 1977, before it was called New Hope. So I loved the Star Wars toys. So I decided to get one of each of the A cover. So I got Obi-Wan Kenobi 1. I got Obi-Wan Kenobi 2, and Obi-Wan Kenobi 3. And I love blue covers. I don't know about you, but I love blue covers. I'll do a video where I have some other blue covers I just really enjoy. I'm also trying to collect all the Darth Vader comics. Going back and trying to collect those. So I'm collecting the new series. And now it's up to 40. I guess the other ones were in the 20s. So I got a few keys. So as I collect these, I will start to introduce you to like my collection of that line and go through each comic. But I am not reading this yet. I read one of the series, but I didn't read this one yet. I'm just collecting them until I get them all, and I'll go back and read them. Um, and I got Star Wars High Republic. I haven't read this yet, but I feel like Star Wars is going to start releasing those, so I decided I am gonna collect the Star Wars High Republic comic books to get to know that history of it. I think it's for the next generation, even though it's in the past. Again, Star Wars High Republic Shadow of Starlight, number 2. I believe I have number 1 lying around somewhere. My Brian from Phil's Comics, he goes and he just says, "Oh, it's a Star Wars comic." He gives it to me. I probably have it somewhere in a box. Um, Transformers 1. I'm going to start reading this. I started reading Void Rivals, and I'll get to that. But Transformers number 1, this is the 1 in 10 Arocena variant. Here's the one I got originally. I just got this off of eBay, I think. Here I got this off the shelf. And here's Transformers number 2. So I'm gonna collect the um the the universe, uh what's it called, the words escape me, but the Energon universe. I'm gonna collect that, and I'm gonna collect GI Joe coming up, Duke and Cobra Commander. At least a 10. I'm gonna see what I can do. Maybe I'll like them and I'll collect all of them until however long. But Void Rivals, interesting story. I like the concept about two rival species, but apparently they're the same. Um, and they're stuck on a planet together. They got to figure out how to get off. One's a male, one's a female. They're just bitter enemies, and they got to find out how to work together to get off this planet. So I got Void Rivals 2, 3, number 4, number 5. Now, I am not a big fan of this art at all. Not at all, especially this cover. What you launch a cover and you look like you get a pear-shaped alien, man on one side, female on the other. I guess he talks to his glove, so it's give me so a lot of the other covers, the variant covers and the 1 in 10, 125, 1 in 100 on this one is really awesome. A lot of good covers outside of the A cover, but I'm collecting just the A cover and most of these. Something's Killing the Children. I have not read this, but I am trying to collect them all, and then I'm going to read it. Okay, I have one, but a seventh printing, so I don't have really 1 through 7. And I think number 24 or 5 or something like that. So I got almost all of them. I just got to collect the early ones, and of course that's a pretty penny now. It's come down in price though. Holy crap, it was way up there. Now I'm about to show you 3 comics that were on my list to go get. I think I left one of my Something's Killing the Children out of this, but I also collected number 34 on here. I didn't put it up here, but the next one I've always wanted. I think it's going to be a big comic book. I finally got it, and I'm gonna pull it out here. Where are you at? Where are you at? Here we go. And that is Strange Academy number 1. Got it right here, 9.8. I was looking for it. This man, unfortunately, in South Florida, we had a big rainstorm, and this guy's house got flooded, and he had to sell a lot of comics. He's living in a hotel now, and I bought one. I bought a couple of them, and this was one of them. I got a decent deal on it. I want $125. It's a 9.8, and I'm starting to think CGC is pretty generous because there's a couple spine ticks. It's a white cover, so it's can't really tell if it's color breaking. Couple spine ticks on this one, but the corners are tight and everything looks great. So I can see why I got a 9.8. Next one was I said I got a grail in the title of this. I got 2 in my opinion. I always wanted the first cover appearance of Venom, the Amazing Spider-Man 316. Actually, where is it at? I got it right here. So, Amazing Spider-Man 316. Couple issues with this. I don't know why there's this browning right here with the number where the 316 is, and I don't think it's gonna get white pages. I think it's gonna get off white pages, and that's why I was a little disappointed. I did pay about 100 and with shipping 150 some dollars for it, but I just expect this comic book to skyrocket eventually because Amazing Spider-Man 300, which is a grail of mine, is just out of reach right now. And Amazing Spider-Man 316, I could get that one. I did. I pulled the trigger on it. Um, I love this. I love this cover. I love everything about it. And I just, yeah, I just think the first appearance on a cover because 298, 299, 300 was It wasn't Venom. It was the black suit. And then there's I think three. I forget what the one 315 maybe has just his head, but this is a full body first appearance on the cover of Venom. I love it. This is the one one I really wanted. This is not, however, this is not one of my bigger grails. For me, the next one, my personal grail. Uh, I love Todd McFarlane. This is a Todd McFarlane. Here's another Todd McFarlane, 9.6. Can't afford a 9.8. I got it right here. Sweet. I love everything about this comic. Todd McFarlane says at one point it got the best cover of all time, top 100, and they listed it as number one cover. I believe Comic Tom, um, Comic Tom did an interview with him. Love it. Go watch his channel if you haven't. Just he did a series of interviews with Todd McFarlane, the Todd Father, my favorite artist of all time, of any genre. I just love Todd McFarlane, and there's something just draws you to this comic book, doesn't it? It just pops everything about it. Wolverine, the Hulk, classic matchup, Incredible Hulk 340. This is my one of my personal grails. Thank you for going on this trip with me. I'm your guy Dave. As I travel around my galaxy of comics, I'll talk to you later. Make sure you read your comics. All right, let's go. Bye.